thought the only reminder of dinosaurs is through visual effects on television, well, I've got news for you. Studies on the jawbone of a fossil discovered in northern Morocco suggest that the piece is from one of the last dinosaurs that lived in Africa before their extinction millions of years ago. Let's go back in time and take a look.
There are arguments about whether or not the dinosaur, one of the largest animals ever to have existed, coexisted with man. One known fact is that they lived in many parts of the world, including Africa. Proof lies in the fossils of dinosaurs found on about every continent. The discovery of a fossil in a phosphate mine in northern Morocco turns out to be from one of the last dinosaurs that lived in Africa before their extinction 66 million years ago. A study of the jawbone, led by the Milner Center for Evolution at the University of Bath in the UK, suggests that Africa had its own distinct dinosaur fauna until the asteroid strike that wiped them out.
We have a pretty good picture of the dinosaurs from North America for this time period. For example, Triceratops and T-Rex are part of this fauna, this sort of twilight fauna, the last dinosaurs on Earth. But we don't have a good picture of what's going on in the rest of the world. And we know almost nothing about the African dinosaurs from this time period. So it's the first named dinosaur from the end of the Cretaceous period in Africa, in fact.
Dr. Nicholas Longrich, one of the describers of the Tyrannosaurus species, named it after the phosphate mines in Morocco's Ouled Abdoun Basin, where it was found. They were able to establish some distinctive features of the Tyrannosaurus, which is a similar contemporary of the North American T-Rex species.
Yeah, the teeth hinted at a dinosaur like this, and the jawbone really kind of clenched it that this was one of these abelisaurs. They're a very specialized group of dinosaurs. They're similar to a T-Rex. They're two-legged predators, but they're different. They have a much shorter, blunter snout. The arms are actually shorter than those of a T-Rex. And whereas T-Rex is very bird-like and would have been feathered, these things were scaly. And T-Rex wasn't particularly intelligent, but this thing was like had a smaller brain than even a T-Rex did. So it's in many ways a much more primitive dinosaur.
Longrich says the new discovery fills the gaps in our knowledge of the period and helps confirm the theory of mass extinction caused by an asteroid strike 66 million years ago.
It's interesting to see evidence confirming that dinosaurs remained successful and the fauna stayed pretty stable up until the end of the Cretaceous period in Africa. So I think there's no evidence, as far as I'm concerned, of a decline in dinosaur diversity approaching the extinction. And if it hadn't been for this asteroid, we'd probably still have dinosaurs here today.
Among the features of the Tyrannosaurus vibericus is the striking mandible with an extreme height, especially when compared with the relatively short teeth. Until the late 20th century, all groups of dinosaurs were believed to be extinct. The seemingly monstrous and fantastic nature of some dinosaur groups make dinosaurs' appearance in best-selling books and films regular. So, the next time you see one of these big guys on your screen, know it's not merely the creation of a visual effect expert or a legend. They are reminders of species that arguably walked the earth just like any other living creature.
Well, you're watching Africa 54. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington. Now, never mind ancient history. In South Africa, one teacher is helping his students to learn math using some unusual creativity. VOA's Haiti Adams-Fitzpatrick has that story from Cape Town.
Kurt Manar is peppy and his class begins with a pep talk. It looks like choreography class, but Manar is actually teaching math. He believes students can memorize their multiplication tables if they're moving.
I just took the multiples and we made a dope track and I didn't play and I said, let's see, you get the vibe first and you can move while you act it. They had to get used to it. They were like, what you doing? You're crazy, we can't do this. Once they got into that, oh, we can move. Because kids do on a daily basis, they move, they vibe.
Outside school, Manar is a hip-hop artist. He says dance is a step-by-step art form that requires a mastery of the basics. Rap is about rhythm and rhyme, a formula Manar is now applying to his teaching.
The kids don't know their basics, and that's why I created this as another mechanism for kids to kind of get their work, because they didn't know their foundations.
I used to get good marks in maths, but I wasn't the top 10 kind of girl. But ever since I stepped into this class, I was number 1 in my class for maths. When I'm in the exam room, all I think is of the song that I was singing, then the methods come back to me.
The music also, it's very easy to take.
Education system is a cookie cutter, which is whack. We need to reimagine education. Teachers, I feel, need to become 360-degree performing artists. We should learn all the skills and the things we need to do to create the content and the material that our kids love looking at. If we don't do that, what are we doing? You're telling me you're still going to keep a kid's attention with a PowerPoint or a Word document? Good luck.
Minar is taking his philosophy of education beyond Cape Town with online videos to help teachers and students everywhere.
I finished the Multiples album, so we're going to record it in some Xhosa and some other African languages. And there your mother tongue comes in, because at the end of the day, that is our identity. And you know, there's a big topic now about decolonizing education, especially for African countries, I think, and I guess this is also my 10 cents to that conversation.
Heidi Adams Fitzpatrick, VOA News, Cape Town.
That's the math teacher I really needed. And that's our show for today. Now be sure to watch Africa 54 anytime, any day or night on the VOA website at voaafrica.com. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington. Joke has our last word from Lagos.
Yes, thanks. Join us next week at this time for another edition of Africa 54, and check out channelstv.com for local news, sports programming, and more. Thanks for watching, and for the honor of your time, I'm Joke Rogers. Goodbye from all of us here at Channels Television and the Africa 54 team. Bye.